That's according to journalist Duncan Castles, who says the Norwegian is paying the price for methods he's used partially to get results. United suffered an injury nightmare at Old Trafford on Sunday. In the first half of their 0-0 draw with Liverpool, Andre Herrera, Juan and Jesse Lingard, who actually came on to replace Mata, were all forced off with knocks. Nemanja Matic, too, pulled out of the game in the warm-up after developing a problem. Related articles. I think it's very clear that Solskjaer has been overtraining them, has not been rotating them enough. Duncan Castles and Castles feels Solskjaer is simply putting too much pressure on the players in training. To see 3 players coming off inside 45 minutes with soft muscle tears, with one of them being someone who was on the bench, who they knew had an injury and they decided to risk him. He comes off the bench. The first time he sprints, he's off again. He plays for just 12 minutes. They'd already lost ManUtd in training. Again, a soft tissue injury, and I think it's very clear that Solskjaer has been overtraining them, has not been rotating them enough. He told the Transfer Window podcast, he's been going for results immediately, which he's got, but now he has to pay the price of the methods he's used partially to get those results, which is to put too much pressure on the players. The consensus has been that Manchester United have been in such a good run of form, such momentum behind them, that they were basically quite safe bets to take that 4th place and get Champions League qualification. Manchester United boss Ole Gunnar Solskjaer has been overtraining his squad. Duncan Castles, Getty. Manchester United picked up 3 injuries in the first half of their 0-0 draw with Liverpool. Getty. Solskjaer has been overtraining his players, according to Castles. Getty. The momentum's still there, the results are still there, but ultimately if you don't have the players to put on the field, and on Wednesday, against Crystal Palace, he's getting towards that way of being very strained in his selection, then it's much harder to keep those results going. So it's an interesting test of Solskjaer's management. It'll be interesting to see what changes, if any, he makes to the training regime, to try and avoid having this issue for the remainder of the season. With 10 players out injured, Solskjaer was forced to shuffle his pack away at Crystal Palace last night. Fortunately for the caretaker boss, United still came out victorious at Selhurst Park, with a Romelu Lukaku brace and an Ashley Young strike handing them a 3-2-1 victory. There was also a debut for 17-year-old Jimmy Garner, who came on from the bench in the win. Solskjaer was delighted with last night's win away at Crystal Palace. Getty. And Solskjaer was pleased with his side's performance. I was always wary of this game after the tough run of games we have had, but we started really well, which is always vital at Selhurst Park, he said. Luke Shaw is in a good vein of form at the moment. He's hard to stop, and it was a great drive for the first goal. Lukaku has been putting a shift in for the team, doing loads more running than he normally does, but he was a number 9 again today and he got 2 goals. Fantastic. Jimmy Garner is in the mold of a top central midfielder, so he will come good.